As Beck on this early Monday morning is making us coffee.
Hello.
We are getting prepared to go for the first time, the very first time we've got a guide for the White Forest. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be a mistake because it's in the middle of winter and I hear the White Forest is a slot fest. Let's go and see. In the Wyre forest. I'm going to leave this on. I don't want to. Beck reckons it's not going to get stolen.
It's fine. Unless the British like stealing bike racks.
You'd be surprised if it's not tied down, they'll take it. She does. Beck's staying warm. Hi guys, thanks for joining us and welcome to the Wyre Forest. And welcome to Gav, who's part of a riding group called the Black Country Boys, who is an expert at all the trails at the Wyre Forest and is offered to show us around. We cannot wait to get out today, but look at the mess of the trails. It's going to be a slot fest. Check my rear sus. Yeah. Just kidding. So we're on the Chromag wide angles today, so we need no suspension around here. Rung line. But apparently you still need a set of eyes. That is beautiful. Look at that. It's like the mist through the trees. And in fact, one of the reasons for actually coming out to the Wyre Forest today was not only to test all these sick trails out, but it was actually so Gav could have a demo on one of the Chromags. So far the mud's not slowing us down, but let's see how it fares the lower down the valley that we get. Oh, so pretty. I didn't think it was possible to be muddier than Clent. And there's your answer, but it doesn't seem to take away from any of the fun of these trails. The off-piste trails really do give you amazing variation of difficulty level. I mean, these ones that we're on at the moment are pretty difficult in the mud, but I can imagine in the summer they're going to be an absolute blast. And where else do you get to ride through brooks? Oh, that's so cool! To see what you think of the Chromags. So now it's time for Gav to do his demo on the Chromag wide angle. The wide angle is the lightest bike in the Chromag range, but it doesn't take away from any of the aggressiveness of these bikes. Not only that, they're a 650B wheel, so they're a little bit more nimble on the technical stuff. My local haunting ground normally is Clent Hills in the summer. Plenty of trails, but you can never tell which ones are going to be closed. The Wyre Forest is vast, and you've got more an opportunity to find the trails that you want to ride, if you have a guide of course. So here we're showing the advantage of having a smaller wheel, but still having quite a slack head tube angle. So the steep stuff doesn't seem to bother these bikes whatsoever. I've been in the bike industry a while now, and I can't tell you the amount of times I see people that are completely overbiked. Sometimes you do not need these long travel full suspension bikes. In fact, on terrain like this, it would make it a lot more hard work and a lot less enjoyable. Go for it. Nice.
That seemed really cushioned on the back, so there was no suspension.
Yeah. 40 mil rims, mate, with plus size tyres and a steel frame. It's a combination. So far I have to say I'm really impressed with the Wyre Forest and the amount of trails that are actually here. I'm glad we've got a guide today because there's no way I'll be able to find any of these trails. And on to the next trail, and this I must say has to be one of my favourite trails of the day.
What's up, Beck? Roots of death.
Indeed, roots of death. And the first part of the trail was very rooty. Roots and mud equals death and fun. and again, and again. Yes, babe. The second part of this trail has to be my favourite. Very fast, very off camber, and great views. Please excuse the piece of mud on the lens. There was absolutely no way I was about to take my hands off the handlebars to clean the lens off. Tyres we use on the Chromags are Magic Mary's front and back. Been through a load of tyres and these seem to be the best for winter riding. I think Beck's getting used to the terrain. She's right behind us. Okay, stop the video. You've heard me a million times talk about the GoPro effect, but what actually is it? And I'm going to explain this by a couple of diagrams. Let me explain this in depth. So what we have here, a lovely rainbow and clouds, and the sun's out and the trees are there and the birds are flying around. And here we have GoPro effect in full effect. So here we have a drop off and it's lovely and tame and great. And you know, the ending's finished, you're going to get to the bottom and it's going to be awesome. So let me show what it's like. So this is reality and this is where GoPro are falling down big time with their flashy cameras. As you can see, we're coming down and we're hitting about 300 miles an hour as we're coming down here, and we have about a metre to stop before you drive into more the river with a great white shark in it. And that is how you explain GoPro effect. Yeah. You nearly killed my girlfriend, Gav. Well done. So I hope that clears the GoPro effect up for you and put things a little bit in perspective. So when you are watching these videos, the stuff on the screen is a lot steeper in real life. So just be careful if you come out and ride these trails yourself. I've not. No. So before we hit the last trail, we're just having a little bit of a respite at this amazing cabin in the woods. It's actually owned by the Cadbury family. And for anybody that doesn't know, the Cadbury family are our equivalent of Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. They make all the chocolate basically. We will now head into one of the more difficult trails. And the bottom three sections of this trail, it's called the Three Bears. And as you can guess, there's a baby bear, a mommy bear and daddy bear. All of different difficulties. But before we get there, we get to ride along this beautiful ridge. It's quite technical, quite rooty, and a lot of fun. Now, one of my all-time favourite things to do are to ride trails blind for the first time. Luckily, on a day like today where it was so wet and slick, we had a guide like Gav that knows every kind of corner because he's spent the last few years riding this every summer. But here we go, into Mama Bear.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
I'm kind of glad that tree was there to save my life. But anyway, let's get composed and finish the last bit. Woo!
Well done.
Yes. Heading back towards the car. I've not got mixed emotions when it comes to the Wyre Forest. I loved every single bit of this, even in the wet and sloppy conditions like today. If you did like the video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week.